Good morning, good afternoon, good evening, and welcome to the Wounds to Wisdom podcast. I'm your host, George, and this is Bern.
And we are welcoming Keren to the podcast today. Hello, gorgeous lady.
Oh, thank you for having me. I'm super excited to be here. All right.
So I just wanted to go back to what you were saying then. What were you saying? I missed.
So with the two businesses.
Yes.
So with the wedding flowers.
Yes. That's
I've been
what
trying to
Spirit
let
was
that go.
saying.
I've been trying to let that go for a couple
I
of
thought
years.
you sold it.
No.
Did that fall through?
But I do. No, I've got someone to work for me.
Right.
So to do the work for me.
Right.
However, I did have one of my own to do, and then she had one the next day. But she's still sort of kind of learning the wedding business. She's a florist, a fully qualified florist, but doing weddings and doing it yourself and having that responsibility is something that she's probably just navigating a bit.
Yeah.
So I helped her out. She also has another job, so I ended up having to set that wedding up and then make my own. So this is all after I come back.
Goodness me.
And I ended up stuffing my beautiful new car, scuffing it.
No.
There was a few other things where I was like, oh, Spirit looked after me there, like where it could have.
So it's
had
done.
An
They're
accident
telling
or
you
whatever
it's
in
done.
the car, and I just knew. And then Saturday, after I finished the wedding, I just cried.
Yeah.
I just cried and cried and cried. I'm like, why am I crying? I'm like, I feel so overwhelmed. Like something doesn't feel right. And I'm like, okay, instead of trying to figure it out, just allow yourself to have the emotion.
Yeah.
Allow yourself to cry.
Feel it.
So I just allowed myself to cry. And then the next day I kind of like, I probably need to work this out, what this is. Is it a collective thing that I'm probably picking up? Is this, I've just got overtired, I'm not honouring myself. And I'm like, okay, I'm not honouring myself. How am I not honouring myself? Who am I doing this for? I like the financial security. I like the success. I like to feel that I'm of value, that I'm contributing. We've just had a holiday and, spent a bit of money that, that's my thing. I pay for the holidays. So I'm like, what am I doing all this for? So questioning that. And I'm like, I know what I do the spiritual stuff for. I know why I'm doing that. It's a purpose.
Because it totally fills your cup. It doesn't feel
there's
like
no
work.
other option.
It doesn't feel like
it's not
work.
work. I mean, it's, is it work? It's not work.
No.
So I still feel like I have to have work outside of that to be of value.
Interesting. A belief.
Yeah.
You've got a hidden belief running subconsciously.
So is it work? Is it stuff that feels like work, or is it work in the traditional sense of work?
Do you enjoy floristry anymore?
Look, I love it still. So it's hard for me to go, I don't like it anymore. But I have no growth in it. There's no growth. So there's new fashions that are coming in. I don't really feel like I need to learn them or want to.
So what it is, it's a hobby. It's your creative outlet.
It's a
where
creative
you're
outlet.
able to actually do something mindlessly, but actually just feel really good about what you're doing. So it's a hobby.
It's a hobby, but I love making the bride and groom. I love the fact that they're, oh, wow, that's exactly what I wanted. And they're so pleased with it. And I make their day. But that's satisfying people and pleasing other people, isn't it? But I can give them healing. That's what people ultimately need. And I should be spending my time doing that, right?
Totally.
But Spirit did give me some big messages that this is not, you've got to let this go now, girl. Like, you've got
to step into
and
your
I know it's me
power now.
clutching onto it, hanging onto it. So I'm like,
because it's your bread and butter. It's what you've known.
It's
now
kept
you're
me
stepping
safe.
into more of the unknown.
It's kept me safe. I haven't relied on anybody because I've had my own money.
And that's
So it's
really
kept me safe.
nice.
As a woman, that feels safe.
It does. Yeah, I agree. I hear you.
And why? We have to feel like that. Like we feel like we have to feel like
independent and able to be self-sufficient.
Yeah. So I do have to remind myself that I can actually still, have abundance with doing spiritual work.
Totally. Totally. If you asked me, I would have said you're raking it in. I would have said you are highly successful. People look to you for guidance, for healing, for just, I guess, compassion too, because you're someone who can hold space without having to say much at all. Does that make sense?
Yeah, I don't feel I need to say an awful lot. No.
So for me, you're I think the best is yet to come for you.
Oh, thank you.
I do. I feel like you're like what we're gonna do.
When you think about it, you're potentially going to let go of something that takes up a bit of your time.
It does take
and you're
time.
going to then replace that with something that that's your purpose, that you're passionate about. You can only grow from there. The more time you spend on it, the more growth you're going to have with it.
100%. Well, it's like sort of stopped to a certain point until I let go. And I know until I let go. So when am I going to be ready to let go?
Yep.
Okay, ready to like knuckle grip on it, ready to let go.
Hey man, I'm exactly the same.
I do have trouble sometimes letting go of stuff. So,
but is it something? Here we go. Throw something in the mix. Is it something that you can simply oversee? Like a CEO, you don't have any more hands-on. All you do is you oversee the business. Well, could you put her into the role of being and then you stepping up here?
So that was the plan. So
why did it not? Because you felt like she wasn't doing what
it's gonna take time. No.
Did you need to micromanage?
She said, "Call me out like that."
I'm sorry, chick.
Look, I think over time she'd definitely get there.
Yeah,
but.
It's not your standard.
Have I got the time? Do I have the time? I'm kind of done now.
I think it's more, can you step back and allow her to make it something else, not what you've created?
Yeah, I'm okay with that. Yeah.
Because then you have still got the financial aspect, and there's nothing wrong with passive income, because that would become passive income.
Exactly.
Unless it's all being done at your place and it's still impacting you.
But it's done at my place. And because she has another job, I have to still be involved. I'm either going to collect the flowers or
I don't want...
No, but this is it. I don't want any involvement. I would be happy for that, to take it in the direction that... So, yeah. And look, I can tell something is starting to shift and happen there, as there are talks there. With her having premises and someone else going into business with someone else. So, whether that's me.
So it might be taken out of your hands anyway. Is Spirit going to take it out of your hands?
But it will be, but I know I have to let go of something first. I'm aware of that. Yeah. And I know there's always more layers to that than me just going, it'll sort itself out. No, because I have to let something go for it to sort itself out energetically.
It's your attachment, your emotional attachment to it, and understanding what that is.
It's my safety.
Yeah.
It's my safety. It's my financial safety.
Can you not find safety in something else?
Of course I can, but what? I've got to figure that out, I suppose, haven't I?
I look at her and I'm sitting here thinking she is fucking so talented in psychic mediumship, in readings, in Reiki teaching, in guiding, in holding circles, holding space, all these things. And you go, yeah, but what?
I think.
I know I have this business, and
I think it comes back to like ultimately surrendering and trusting and having faith, because like we said, like that you have to let it go, and you can see that, like, if there was more time for I would say your main business, your main purpose,
it is definitely my main business,
for that to then grow, then I think it would be just the switch of the safety then that would be bringing in more money. Logically, that's my left brain saying, logically, you can do it.
I know this. Yeah, exactly. 100%.
But it's the emotional attachment, yes?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Oh, it's got to be. Because logically that makes just perfect sense, doesn't it?
Yeah. man, I get it. I know. I understand.
And I've been transitioning between the two business over probably about 3 years now, and it's really tipped. It's definitely tipped.
And last week was it. That was the final straw of you having to see it for what it is.
Oh, I cried and cried and cried. And I was like, what's wrong? It's like, what's
Those
going on?
hormones are wrecked this week. But it's been your safety net for a very long time. So actually
perhaps maybe I was crying because I knew it was goodbye and letting go.
Totally. Yeah. Grieving what those was once that something that gave you great joy and great passion and great,
It enabled me to be at home with my kids, to work from home and bring up my children. Yeah. It was brilliant business. It was very successful. I won awards.
Yeah.
Loved it. Absolutely loved the business.
Can you see what's happening here? There's an end of chapter review.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So what we've came up with, we went over to Canungra one day, and then we were on the way back from Canungra, and I was just throwing ideas out there, and I said, we really need to have some sort of a workshop that's like an end of chapter, because we all have end of chapters in our lives, and it's different things. But what we don't realise is that we grieve the chapter before. We go through a certain process to let go of that, to move forward and take, we don't even realise when we mine it for its riches, we bring so much nice strengths and wisdom into the next chapter. If we mine it, most of us don't even realise that was an end of a chapter. We just, I guess, subconsciously go through it.
Yeah,
whereas we sort of thought we we are going to do those end of chapter reviews where people can just work their way through, or similar to what you're doing right now.
For me, it's like a twofold thing. And the first is creating space for people that think that they're going through something on their own, for the second fold of going, okay, well, this has been your reality for however long, and you're not that now. So what are you now? And let's help support you moving into that new space. Which I think
it comes down to perspective of being able to look at it for what it was. The biggest thing is grief. We it's almost like shedding another skin of ourselves because we're not that anymore. We don't have those roles. We don't have those responsibilities anymore. So what the hell do I do?
Yeah,
exactly what you just said then. So what the hell next? You know?
It's like, am I still of value, bringing in value in,
Whoa.
So
that's big.
Like, I know I'm helping
you've been
people,
testing your value against what your output has been.
Yeah. Well, maybe, obviously.
Which is very, very typical. Most of us do, which is what Chelsea's doing at the moment. She's going through that.
Sorry, I was going to say, but me, I had that big thing 2 days ago. Me.
Remind me?
Where we went through the whole me breaking down and it ending in me needing a gold star reward system, because if I didn't do all of the things for this business right now that I'm not passionate about, I don't particularly want to do, but I know I can do it better than anybody else at this point in time. So I will do it. But because I wasn't getting that recognition and feeling valued for the work that this work I output, I was having fits every Friday. And being
it had happened 2 weeks running, and I was like, something's going on here. There's a pattern forming. What's happening?
So
and
when
she
you
sat
say
there
fits,
like a defiant little child, and I had to drag it out of her.
Fits,
you mean
like
2-year-old fits or actual
tantrums?
Tantrum.
Really short with mum, really blunt, quite rude, real snappy, and then silent treatment for everyone. Don't talk to me.
Because you were angry.
Yeah, because I did not feel or hear that I had received that thank you so much for all the work that you've just done to post that podcast, to do this, do that. I was like, well, the fuck am I doing it for then?
That's
You're not going to value me.
I was going to say,
That's motherhood. When you do all the things for the kids and they don't show gratitude. No, I hear you. That's motherhood in a nutshell.
Chelsea, in terms of you're seeking validation outside of you. You get your validation from you because you know who you are. You know why you're doing that because you had the kids at the end of the day, not the kids had you.
Of course, but it's not their responsibility to make you feel of value.
But at the same time, to be able to feel of value, we need to be doing things that fill our cup up.
That are of value to you. So maybe that wasn't of value to you.
No,
it wasn't bringing you any value.
And what came out was, because I was like, I don't mind doing all of these things because logically I know I can do it better than mum. I know I can do it better than mum. But because I'm then not finishing the day and spending the weekends or the afternoons doing something to fill my cup, I'm getting very bitter and angry.
Resentful. It was resentful was the word that came out.
Yeah.
So it was literally an end of chapter. Like she was not this anymore. She's not responsible to someone at work or a boss or what. She's responsible. She is doing her own thing and is responsible for herself now. However, in a partnership, you need to be able to acknowledge the contribution of the other person.
Yeah, you do.
Which works both ways.
Remember? Yeah, I think that's important. But I think for you, it's more like I feel like that's more like a choice thing. Oh. You felt like you didn't have a choice because you had to do it because you could do it better.
No, it was a choice though. So I could see the pattern even going back into the job, the traditional job I had before this one. I knew I could do the roles that I then willingly took on, because if I didn't do those roles, it was what value do I have? Could I possibly contribute if I'm not doing all of these things for these people?
Yeah.
But then the resentment steps in because, well, you're not acknowledging me for all this stuff I'm doing that's technically not my job. Yeah. Acknowledge me.
Yeah. Well, you're doing it to please. You're doing it to please other people, and other people aren't pleased. Well, that's terribly frustrating and annoying, isn't it? It's like, oh my God, but what do I do now? Like, how do I be of value if no one's seeing that value? What do I do?
Yeah, but it was a choice that I have taken in both roles before and now, that I've taken on all of these things because it's sort of this in my head. The connection is, if I do all this stuff, then I will be valued because I can take all of this stuff away from you so you don't have to do it. So then you'll value me because I'm lightening your load.
Yeah, absolutely.
But at the end of the day...
So it's conditional.
Yeah.
But at the end of the day, it is people pleasing.
It's people pleasing,
so
100%.
And that's what I said to you. If you don't like it that much, then we outsource.
Yeah.
And irrespective of whether we can afford to outsource or not, I would much prefer to do that and do it in a way that we can sustain that, rather than you get all bitter and twisted and then leave the partnership because you're not getting what you need out of it.
Absolutely. So, I think reminding yourself that it is your choice, I think will help you a lot to go, look, I'm choosing to do this. I'm going to allow a certain amount of hours in my day that I choose to put into this, and then I'm going to do something really great and fun and what I love doing.
Yeah, it was recognizing the fact that I wasn't then filling my cup back up after a full day's worth of work.
You'd be people pleasing, but you'd just be worn out and empty.
And in my head I was like, well, it's okay because, in the plan is in 6 months, as soon as we are bringing in money and we can afford to outsource, then we're outsourcing all of this. But then I had another little meltdown because I was like, well, if I'm not doing all of these things and we outsource, then what am I actually doing on this podcast?
Yeah. And then was, well, what value do I actually have then?
What value do I have? So I'm putting all this value into this, but then,
can you see the process? Both of you were doing exactly the same. Well, what value am I? What then
what
do
am
I bring
contributing?
To the plate?
If I'm not doing all of these things, I sit here and I, on a good day, I talk a bit. On a bad day, I say 5 words on a podcast, and that's it. What value am I then adding to that?
You are still adding value.
Okay, so here's the thing. Okay, so far we've been chatting. So if you weren't in the room, would this chat be the same? Would it be of the same value?
Different.
No, I
would
wouldn't
it be
have
of the
added
same value?
No.
Absolutely.
Because you wouldn't have had my perspective of, you know, my experiences. And I can, again, logically, I can understand that.
I think that's what it comes
It's your
back
subconscious.
to.
Yes. It's your subconscious.
I think that is the big thing to learn, is that at the end of the day, do it for you. Don't do it for anyone else.
No one else.
Do it for you. And as you said, do it knowing that I'm going to do 2 hours of this and then I'm going to go do something that absolutely fills me back up, because that may drain me just a little bit. So I'm going to go fill my cup back up.
Because we all have responsibilities, and we all actually do need to do things that we don't particularly like doing.
Correct.
Or that drain us a little bit. And that
I don't
are
like
for
doing the
other
cat
people.
shit.
But we know the consequences if we don't clear up the cat shit. And we have to live with that. So, you know, we always have a choice. But that must never be a priority, people pleasing. If that's your priority, and I've learned that the hard way, that you'll just be empty.
But it wasn't a pattern that I had even recognised or realised until like 2 days ago, because I thought that I've done a lot of work to get to the point of, if I don't want to do something, I tell you no, I don't want to. I don't feel like going out this weekend. I'm not doing that. No, thank you. But yeah, apparently
You took on that. You know what you took on? It's fine. I'm fine. Everything's fine.
I'm fine. I'm fine.
This is from episodes ago with Casey. It's fine. I'm fine. Everything's fine.
I'm fine.
But this is important to you. What you're doing, this is important to you, so that's why it's heightened, all of that.
Oh, absolutely. Yes.
And even in the arena, like yesterday when we were editing, in the arena of editing, it's pushing you to push past the boundaries and the limits that you set for yourself. Like you were like, nah, that can't do that, not going to be able to do that. And then when you went away, had a sleep, recharged your batteries, come back, we were done within like 20 minutes. We were done. And it was like, it's just going, or understanding where your battery is, because I actually think you got up and your battery was already a little
hadn't
flat.
slept well.
Yeah.
We've also been learning a lot that's given a lot of context to our dynamic as well with human design specifically.
Oh, yeah.
And we had never heard of it before.
I'd had come across it a couple of times, but
I had never heard of it. And turns out
So what are you in human design?
I'm a projector.
Oh, interesting.
Yeah.
I'm a mani-gen.
A what?
A manifesting generator.
Oh, manifesting. I'm just a generator, just generating.
Just a generator.
Just a generator. I want to be a manifesting generator, obviously. That's why I said just.
The goals are to be a manifesting generator.
It's funny, we always want to be something else.
We do.
Yet when we actually read in context to, because it's done along the same lines as astrology, you're using all of your birth time, date, place, where the stars all were when you were born. So I'm completely different to you, and you're going to be completely. It is a completely 1 in a million blueprint for you to be born at the exact same time as somebody else in the world.
Yeah,
not doable, but very, very low. So for me, it's like it was really interesting because I love astrology. I think astrology, that's one of our ancient ways of learning about ourselves. Sure. And now this human design's come up and it's more layer, modern. And it takes, I guess, astrology and it just brings it in a different way with new philosophy and new context to it, I guess. So it really does. Not that I have any idea how to read that chart, because I looked at it and went, holy
you need someone who's qualified to read it
but
for
I
you.
did go through each of the things, and then I Googled it and read what that attribute was about. But I'm also realising that there's all these other channels and gates, and I'm just like eyes rolling back in my head going, okay, we'll just leave that there, and I may seek someone out who knows what they're talking about.
Mum did a lot more in-depth than me. I just went surface level, and even that I was like, wow, that provides so much more context on why I need to go and take a nap at 1 o'clock in the afternoon, and why you can keep going all day.
And going. Ever ready battery.
Yeah.
Go.
Yeah. And it was just really nice to have like
validation.
That validation.
Yeah, and
That's
the
what you
added
said.
context to it.
So do you feel guilty when you're tired, when you have to go for a nap?
I used to, because I'm like, that's not what normal people do. Normal people don't need to take a nap every single afternoon because they're exhausted.
to take a nap.
Yeah, but you like to take a nap. I need to take a nap.
I like to because I need to.
Yeah.
It's inconvenient.
Yeah.
It's inconvenient.
Well, yeah, it's
How dare you, body need it?
very inconvenient when you've got a schedule of all stuff you need to get done and you're like, "Ugh," but I honour that. I will lay down and nap.
Yeah, so no, but it was really nice to have that context of, hey, I actually don't have a energy source of my own. I don't produce my own energy like you. So it was nice to have that context of, this is why I get tired, and this is why I need to recharge more often than other people, which was really nice.
And we could then put that into how we work during the day. I'm okay with that. Like yesterday I said to her, you need to go put the aircon on, go have a sleep, recharge your battery, and then we'll regroup after that. Even though I sat on the couch going, freaking hell, I could be doing this, I could be doing that, whatever. And I'm like,
because your mind's going over time.
We obviously weren't meant to do that today. It's all good. And then I ended up going and having my eyes tested and having this whole other experience that would not have normally have happened because it happened that way. And I was like, that's why that all happened the way it did.
That's why. But anything that helps us to understand ourselves better is amazing.
Totally.
It doesn't matter what it is.
Totally.
If we can understand ourselves better, then
well, that's what it's all
like
about,
you said,
isn't it?
you then can have a better working relationship. And you know, you can stop being so hard on yourself, and you can understand what you need to
Totally.
do. We anything like that.
That's why I'm all for, you know, and certain people will resonate with different things. Some people don't resonate with astrology whatsoever, but will resonate with human design.
Whatever it is, doesn't matter. We just need to understand ourselves better
when you're done with it, because you'll go, because I was on the couch, yep, and then I get, okay. I was like, that's it. My rabbit hole is done. I'm done.
I got what I needed.
Yeah, I got what I needed, and I moved on.
Yeah.
So for me, it's like, just do it until your curiosity is quelled, and then move on. Do something else, because you obviously, but use the knowledge that you've got to then better how you show up and how you
function.
Correct. In the world.
I think it's also fantastic in relationships and partnerships, though, because understanding that it's like love languages, another way to understand people.
Love the love languages.
It's understanding that what mum needs is completely different from what I need. And for us to have a healthy and good working relationship, we need to make sure that we're giving each other those things that we need.
Yeah, absolutely. Love
you
language
need
is
to
very powerful.
hear me, see me, and love me. I hear you, I see you, I love you.
Because if words of affirmation on one of your love languages, you can say what you like then, and it's not gonna gonna hit the button, is it?
Mine's quality of time.
Oh, so is mine.
I like to spend quality
time is mine too.
Yeah, that's why you like my swing outside. We can swing for hours. I need to get a new one
for hours. Let's not advertise that.
My mind wasn't there until you went there.
And, you know, I thought it was a little suspicious you were wanting to put hammocks up around the property. God.
We can all swing. I think people can learn a lot from your story. So, and especially the story about your dad, because I think that has been a very big driving force in your life. And you've learned a lot from it.
Oh, incredible amount,
And you also have learnt where you feel limited and restricted with your voice as a woman. Absolutely. So I would really like to tackle that, because I think that's going to give people, show people how amazing you are and what you've been actually doing for all that. So I'll hand that over to you to tell the story.
So it's all come to light that the post office was owned by postmasters and postmistresses. They basically over the past like 25 years, it's come out that the computer system that did the tallying up at the end of the day to all the, because you have a lot of money coming in and out of a post office because you pay out pensions in England.
This all happened in England.
Sorry, this is all in England. So many things paid out, pensions and benefits and all the things. So money's coming in and out. So at the end of the week, a balance is done. It's all done on a computer system. And when the money, physical money that they have in the safe wasn't tallying up with a computer system, they were basically then saying that the postmaster or postmistress had to put that money in to make that up, the adjustment that wasn't right. So over the period of time, different post offices all over the UK, so there was no sort of pattern in it, were either having to pay a lot of money back and going bankrupt, or were actually getting convicted of stealing that money themselves.
Wow.
So my dad, unfortunately, was one of those people, and he spent 3 months in jail. He was sentenced to 6 months. He spent 3 months in jail.
Wow.
Yeah.
And then it has come out, the reason for that happening was that the system was actually...
So the computer system had faults, defects and such like. But the awful thing about it was that they knew that and it was covered up.
Oh, is that right?
Fuck yourself. Sorry.
I never saw that.
And this is a period of about 20, 25 years. This is about 1,000 people involved in this. So, yes, Mr. Bates and the Post Office.
And that was on Netflix?
Yes, absolutely amazingly done.
It was
superb
good.
acting.
I watched that.
And shows the frustration and the misjustice. And obviously it's gone to a public inquiry over in England, massive, over the period of about 3 years. And it has come out that they did, in fact, there's evidence that they knew. They did know. People at the top knew
and
that
they
there were
sent
faults.
innocent people
and they still
to
use
jail.
the system, the Horizon system, Fujitsu.
Wow.
They still use it.
Oh my goodness.
And they still haven't paid compensation. So this has all come out. They still haven't.
Because people lost everything.
People lost their homes. People committed suicide.
Yeah, there was a lot of shame around it, wasn't it?
A lot of shame. So people in communities, they were like the postmaster or the postmistress, and they would have their pensioners come in and get their money, and they were seen as an important part of the community, and then they were shamed.
Well, their name in itself is high standing. Postmaster, postmistress.
Yeah,
that sounds.
And
sounds important.
They were never ever given the chance to prove themselves. They were just deemed guilty.
They were bullied.
And that was it.
Yeah, they were bullied into pleading guilty. Most people. My dad was, because they arrested both my mum and dad. So they said to my dad they would drop charges against my mum. They wouldn't go to trial. That it would just be a suspended sentence. If he pleaded guilty, it wasn't a suspended sentence. They did send him to jail. But yeah, mum obviously got cleared. So he pleaded guilty. But my dad was someone who was very honest and upfront, and to him lying. So you could see when he stood in the dock, he collapsed when he had to say guilty because it was a lie. He couldn't do it.
It was going against everything he stood for.
Everything, but... Yeah, he had no choice. He saw he had no choice. At the time, I was angry that he didn't fight it. But now
How old were you at that?
So I was in my 20s.
Okay.
Yeah, I was in my 20s.
So
I still was very naive.
But you were growing up with it all going on. So can you tell us a bit about what the household... No?
Sorry. No, I disagree with the naive thing, because I think it's universal that you're brought up to believe that you can trust the police, and that if something happens, you can go to them and they will take care of you.
Yeah.
And if something, if you're being accused of something and you say you didn't do it, they will believe you. So I don't think it's naive. That's
and the court
universal
system. The court's there to protect us, right?
Yes.
That's what they say.
Yes.
There was zero protection in that courtroom.
But I don't see that as naive. I think that's a universal belief that is the reason why we have
But
police
that feels
in the court
naive.
system.
To me, it feels that I was naive because I'm so much more savvy now and I can see through all of that stuff
All
now.
of it now. Yeah.
Yeah, whereas I didn't. So that, I suppose that's what I mean by naive, but not in a way that I shouldn't have been naive.
Yeah. Yeah.
If that
Okay.
makes
Yeah,
sense.
Yeah.
Could you?
Yeah, definitely. That is what we're taught.
Yeah.
Could you share what it was like growing up, of the impact that it had on your family?
Well, it just changed. It just changed everything. You know, my dad became a shadow of himself. My parents didn't go out or want to be seen. There was so much shame attached. And suddenly it was like, well, I'm supposed to be hiding from something. What am I hiding from?
Yeah.
What have I done? But I must have done something, because there was all this shame on us as a family because of it. So it's
Did you get that
difficult.
at school? Did you get?
So I wasn't at school when it happened. I had left school. I was in my 20s. But yeah, like I got a phone call, someone calling me a thief and putting the phone down. Like,
Wow.
Yeah. Obviously, it's in the papers.
People are so quick to judge, aren't they? It just they become the judge and the jury, and it's like.
But like Georgia said, like you grow up thinking that the courts are always and the police are there to protect you. The courts are always right.
Yeah.
You know, the judge's word is final. You know, I mean, who is this judge? You know, who are they?
Yeah.
And what's in the newspaper? Well, they're reporting on facts, so it's true.
Bullshit.
No, well, we know now that it's not true. We've clued on to that one, but yeah.
There's a lot of propaganda through the news, the newspaper, all that type of stuff.
Yeah.
So I always say, use your discernment, do your own research, go a little bit deeper than what is being shown on the surface.
Absolutely.
Because this is what you find when people will actually, because the people fought against the system, didn't they? Because this is why it got taken to court.
So Mr. Bates, basically, amazing man. He didn't go to jail, but he did lose his post office, and he basically was like, I'm not having this. He was an accountant before he was a postmaster, so he was very good with figures and things, and he's still fighting to get justice for everybody, to be honest with you. He hasn't stopped. It's like a purpose for him. I mean, he's amazing. And I do highly recommend watching the show to have a better understanding of this story and how amazing this man is. He's now a sir. He got an honours.
Oh, wow.
Yeah. Quite rightly deserved.
That's really nice.
But to have to endure what he's gone through, and not just him, all these innocent people to be convicted and told that they are thieves.
Yeah.
It would be so traumatizing to because from what I could gather from the Netflix series was that they were upstanding citizens of the community.
Absolutely.
So to be defamed like that.
Yeah, and all they were doing was earning a living and helping the community. It was, awful injustice, and it still is. It's still.
So where is it still at happening today?
So the government, just for show, we'll pay out money, a set amount of money to those people affected. A lot of people deserve more than that set amount because of what they've lost and over the period of time.
Yeah,
you can imagine
income, everything.
Never mind all the mental health involved in it. So a lot of that isn't sufficient. So they actually have to put a claim through, use a solicitor. So all of that, but not everybody has had their conviction squashed. My dad still hasn't. He's passed away now, still with his conviction, and he still has it now, and I'm still fighting for that because his prosecution was the Department for Work and Pensions rather than the Post Office.
Right.
So I've proved, I still had some paperwork and proved that they worked together in their prosecutions, the same evidence. It's basically the same thing because Department for Work and Pensions, they went through the same system, which was Horizon. So it's the same thing, but they're just holding back and not wanting to be involved.
Well, if they're,
obviously.
implicated in being involved in it, then there's big payouts again because, but it's the same old thing, isn't it? It's the little fella who gets put down and all these big corporations rubbing their hands together going, well, we made money out of that.
Yeah, turning a blind eye and not realising what a turning a blind eye actually means is destroying families.
Yeah.
Well, it has destroyed families.
And communities. Like everybody turned on each other, didn't they?
Yeah. And for a lot of the people that used those post offices, the post office got shut down, which was the intention. They needed to close them down because they weren't making the money from them and they wanted to start bringing things, so they went direct into banks. That was when this all started happening. So they needed to close post office down. Was that intentional? I do have a belief that it was. That obviously is just my belief. No evidence of that has come out. But maybe that was let's turn a blind eye. This could work in our favour and get post office closed down.
Yeah.
So, there's lots of darkness immersed in this, and I do find it difficult because I want to fight it and get justice, but at the same time I don't want to get caught up in the darkness of it. So I try and stay in the light and help other people. And help myself release from that, but at the same time still wanting to fight that and be in that.
How do you find being a woman in that arena trying to fight for justice?
Like near impossible, to be honest with you.
Okay.
I'm in contact with one of the lords who goes into the Houses of Parliament, Houses of Commons, I don't know. It's all above me. But he goes in and he talks on our behalf, the group of people that have still got convictions. So I've worked alongside him. There's some other males I've worked alongside, and the local MP and things like that. Because they have to be the voice, they're in the positions, don't get me wrong, but it's very male dominated. There are females in those positions, but not many. And I felt that my voice isn't as valued or as heard.
Significant.
Yeah. Maybe because I haven't got the wealth, the title, certainly because of my gender, my education, whatever that may be. I think there's a number of things there, but I think being a female is a massive one, definitely.
And you were really concerned about your profession, the profession that you've gone into, and how you were going to be taken as using your words specifically, as a woo, seem to be seen as woo-woo.
Yeah. So I have to separate the two. So I've done some stuff for Sky News. I've done stuff for newspapers. So I have used the media to my advantage to getting things out there, which has worked, has got things moving along. Some beautiful reporters. They're also female, and I absolutely adore them. They've helped massively. So I've had to sort of step into that and kind of use my voice.
But feeling like you needed to step into your masculine side.
That had to separate from my woo-woo, let's call it, from the stuff, the spiritual stuff that I do. I had to sort of separate the two and not. Whereas really, I'd quite like them to come together.
Yeah, totally.
And I do energy work for this. So I will sit at home and I will send light and I will send energy to it. Positive energy, healing energy to help resolve things, move things along more quickly. Send out healing to those people that are helping me. They do get that back in return. They're not aware of it. I don't tell them. So I am using that, but I'm using it behind closed doors. I'm not outwardly saying, well, I'm sending, I'm not on Sky News going, I've been sending the light, the healing light to help bring out the truth. I'm not, I'm going, the truth needs to come out because of this injustice. It's totally different. So that's sometimes, I feel like that's more in my feminine, is this healing side of me, is what I do.
But you're having to step into your masculine more to feel like you're being heard and you're being seen.
I have to be my masculine to be heard and seen. That's not for me, I have to be. That's society.
Correct.
Yes.
Yes, I'm glad you stipulated that.
Yeah. Because I would love to be saying that, but I know I'll just well, she's like, and I won't be taken seriously, and I'll let all those people down that I'm trying to fight for, because there are people that I am a voice for.
Yeah. But I find that really, for me, as someone who is a huge advocate for authenticity, it almost splits you.
Yeah.
Because you have to be two completely different people compared to who you actually truly are.
I do. It almost feels like I have to, right. So I'm doing a report, right. I've got to be what I need to be.
Putting on a mask.
And I have to, yeah.
Yeah. Which is a shame, because it is actually what we actually teach to not do, to not put the masks on, to not do that. And it's just showing how it's taking a while for society to catch up with the idea that in order for us to change things, we have to bring it back to being authentically ourselves, so that we can bring change into the world from that place.
Absolutely.
Not from a place of where we've got a million masks on and we're trying to be something that we're not.
Exactly. But I think us women and the feminine has had to be that, because now we've come so far, right?
Yeah.
As females.
Yeah.
But that's because we stepped into the masculine and we've asserted ourselves.
We went way too far the other way.
That's how we've got where we are.
Yeah.
Is that authentic?
Yeah. No.
Not really.
But now, especially in the arenas I'm in, we're finding that that's starting to even out. That whole masculine side, people are starting to step back into their feminine side,
definitely.
and soften, because that's who we are. We're nurturers.
And we need that balance.
Yeah.
We need the men to be in their masculine and we need to be in our feminine.
Well, I think the balance, because we have masculine and female, no matter whether we're a male or a female.
Course.
We have the two sides to us. It's bringing them back into a balance, no matter who we are, by being authentic.
Yeah.
Because that will bring it all back into balance.
Exactly.
Not that, I need to be, because I know the males in my family are very much in their masculine, very much. It was what they learnt. It was what was taught. So it's really difficult to stand alongside that and try and be heard and seen.
Exactly.
When you have that, and I look at some of the females and you can see where they've had to step into their masculine side to get anywhere well.
Yeah. Which is incredibly sad.
Yeah.
It's incredibly sad, I think. That's how,
I never looked at it that way. That's very interesting. So it's been a huge
that balance in between the two sides, but it's because it's such an ongoing thing. It's not a thing that I can just do and it's over. It's a fight that's
do you
going
think
on.
Maybe that's why you're not fully stepped into your power? That you're still waiting for that to be finalised, so that there is no...
because then I can completely let go.
Yeah.
I know that. Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, definitely. Yeah, nail on the head.
Well, we'll just keep you dragging behind. Come on.
We need it
because we see you, we hear you, and we love you because
thank you.
We see the beautiful work that you do with the community and with your clients. And
we've both personally felt what you can do and had experiences with you and what you can do, and it's been profound for us and we've loved it.
Yeah. So maybe that's a really good place to say, well, okay, what do you do, Miss Keren?
Okay. Well, So mostly I think I'm motivated by healing grief. I think grief from things that have happened in our past, as well as grief from losing people. So I connect with spirit. So I not only work for people that come and see me for treatments or readings, I also work for spirit. So there's spirit that have crossed over that need to get messages across or need something to be finalised or finished, an ending, and I help them with that by being that channel and getting the message over. I'm a Reiki master, so I do healing, past life regression therapist, which I absolutely love.
We love it. It's so good.
I love doing that. It's incredibly interesting, finding out all the things, but it's a therapy side to it, so it really helps people let go of things, which is very powerful. I hold circles, so I love doing group work because I think we all can learn from each other.
We sure can.
I facilitate them, or I sit and just, hold space. A lot of the time I don't really actually
people will facilitate their own healing if you give them the opportunity.
Absolutely. You just open that space up, and I watch how people, interact with each other, and I'm like, oh, those two people were meant to be here today,
totally,
to help each other, and they do their own thing. So, I find it incredibly rewarding, and I love what I do distant healing.
So, most people would understand the whole, I see dead people.
But I do. Okay. Sometimes they wake me up at night and go, hi.
Wait.
Could you tell Shirley about the blah, blah, blah?
Would they come through? They come into my dreams even. They'll pop in and I'm like, right, I've got to ring that person, tell them their dad said this or that.
I think it's a good spot to also then go, okay, because we've had another hypnotherapist on a few weeks ago. But what we didn't touch on is that there's different types of clairs.
Clairsenses, yes.
Yeah. Do you want to explain each one for people that don't know?
Yeah. So obviously we have the seeing. So that's the clairvoyance. So that's the obvious one.
Seeing dead people. No. Or just seeing spirit in form.
That's seeing, for them to physically show themselves to you in a physical form takes an enormous amount of energy from them. So usually it's shadows, images, that's given to you, kind of more like that, to be honest with you. But sometimes it's like boom in the face. So that's the seeing. You've then got the clairaudience, which is the hearing. So when you hear a voice, it wouldn't necessarily be you hear a whole conversation explaining something in detail to you. I wish it was, because sometimes you have to make sense of.
It's all metaphors, isn't it? Most of the time.
They want us to figure some stuff out for ourselves, or they're just having trouble communicating with me. I don't know. But selective hearing I may have when it comes to clairaudience, but you hear a word or you'll hear a phrase, sometimes it's a phrase that they used to use. Then you've got the feelings. This is a strong one for me. So this is where you feel. So I can feel how someone passed in my body. And something like cancer, like I'll feel that as if when I feel sick, when someone's had chemo. So I know it's cancer, because cancer isn't necessarily a certain feeling in the body, like my heart or the lung. I'll have trouble breathing, or my leg, hip will hurt, anything like that. I'll get it in my physical body. But I also have a feeling, and I'll feel people's personalities and energy. So I can feel energy of people living and people past, because there's actually not much difference. So if you're someone that can feel someone's
energy never dies.
No.
It's always there.
You're just not aware of it because you can't see that physical person. But there is an energy or a spirit there, so you can feel a sense their personality like you can somebody.
Is there something you want to add?
Sorry,
your face.
There was a light bulb.
I got a light bulb because I've been starting to have more spiritual hygiene in making sure I'm not absorbing other people's energies, but I do it very consciously for physical people, not for anything I'm not able to see.
Right.
Okay. Which I just found very interesting. So I'm like, maybe I need to have more of a vague and encompassing ritual.
Or asking, is this mine? Is this in the physical, or is this in the spirit realm?
Yeah, true.
Because then you can actually distinguish where it's coming from.
Interesting.
There you go. That was all for you right there.
So I've got a bit of a thing. I don't know whether it's a purpose for me, but when someone goes missing,
that's
I'm
right.
there. I don't watch the news and I don't get involved in anything negative. But if someone's missing, Yeah.
So you go to that energy immediately?
That energy, that can really drain me.
Yeah.
That can really drain me.
Is that because you haven't learnt how to work with it because it's new?
Yes, so it's definitely new to me, and it's definitely something that I'm learning.
Are you interested in it, or is it something that is come to you but you're not necessarily?
I wouldn't say it's interesting. It's like I don't have a choice. It's like I don't have a choice of calling. It's like,
right. So you're going to need to learn how to deal with that energy.
I am. So that does make me quite low in energy. So yes, it's not necessarily people's energy that's making you feel low. That's
interesting.
So you need to have your boundaries with people in the living and people that pass. So my boundaries are a lot better with spirit. They will wake me up at night, and I got to the point where I was, I need my bloody sleep. Can you stop it? And I had to put my boundaries up. They don't do it now. They'll come into my dream. They'll be sneaky now. They'll come into my dreams, but that's fine. I'm happy to pass on messages of what I need to. You know, that's okay. But I just didn't want it interfering with my sleep. So that's, you need your boundaries with spirit as well. Because if you're someone that's picking up energy from someone in the living, you'll be picking up spirit. You can't not. How can you not?
Yeah, but it's not something that I had ever.
It's not something that you consciously think of, is it?
No, because like I said, my rituals are now very clear of, not when I leave the house, I'm not absorbing or transmuting anyone else's energy. My energy is mine. Theirs stays theirs. But that's for physical people, not for spirit.
And spirit energy is everywhere.
Yeah,
it is everywhere, and especially if you're around someone that's got someone close that they've lost, that's passed, and they want to get a message to them. That's going to be quite full on energy.
Yeah. Interesting.
Doesn't mean that's negative or bad or going to hurt you in any way.
No. Move past that.
Yes.
Now.
We're not good. Just making sure.
That's educating herself to be not fearful, because it's our natural state, and we have energy is all around us all the time.
But the last time we spoke, there was still that fear there.
Okay.
But no, that's
just checking in.
That's moved past, and we're now at the stage of being more conscious in implementing daily rituals for the boundaries. But yeah, because I'm still getting the flashes at nighttime, the hearing people, and I'm like, guys, it's nighttime when the sun's down. We're not here.
But you see, the
doors are closed.
The thing is, when it's night time, is we relax, so they can connect with us more easily.
Yes.
So it's obvious
your
that's why everything happens.
Go like during the day.
No, that's why everything happens at night. And that was generally for me. It was because I would go all day, and then I'd fall asleep, and I'd be in that lovely state where I was just about to fall asleep, and they'd all be like bombarding me because I wasn't allowing that in everyday life. So
No, but it's interesting you brought up the missing persons things, because I watch a lot of true crime, and I'm like, I wonder if I am even tapping into that energy through just consuming that.
You would be. You'd be surprised. Like, I watched the remake, or it wasn't a remake, the story of Elvis.
Yeah.
The one with Tom Hanks in it. I don't know if they've made any other ones. So anyway, the recent one, the Baz Luhrmann one, because Paul worked on the set, so, it was obvious I had to watch it. But
Paul being your husband.
My husband, Paul, yes. Amazing film, but I watched that and I felt like I was connected with Elvis's spirit.
Oh, wow.
After watching it, I cried, and I cried at the end of it. And I understood, what he went through. The film is amazing with the financial control that someone had over him.
I'll have to watch it. I'm not aware of that story. So
it's on the list. I
highly recommend watching it.
Cool.
So, but I cried and cried, and I'm like, this film really touched a nerve. I was never really an Elvis fan. So I was like, what's this, And I wasn't alive when he passed. So I think he passed the year I was born. Did he pass 1977?
I don't know.
I'm giving away my age now.
You're just a spring chicken.
But yeah, I cried and I was like, why am I so upset? This has obviously hit a nerve for me. And I'm like, no, I can feel him. I can feel his energy.
Yeah.
I can feel what he's left behind.
So you were feeling him. Yeah.
Yeah. Doesn't mean his spirit came to visit me and wanted to talk to me. It was because I connected in with his energy, the energy that he left, or the energy he went through when he was alive, and what that obviously depicted reflected that so beautifully in the film, what he did go through and how he did suffer.
But I truly believe in creating something beautiful like that, you're creating the energy and infusing it with that energy of his life.
Yeah.
You can't create something and not have that energy be put into your creation.
So that's another belief of mine. I believe that actors channel spirits when they're doing true life. Biographies.
Yeah.
They are channeling, but they study so much.
Yeah.
I'm like, how is that energy not connected? They are definitely, and that's why they do such an amazing job. And I think definitely, what was his name? Butler, who played his part, definitely channeled Elvis. Austin Butler, thank you.
And there was like articles that came out afterwards that he had to then go to speech therapy because he couldn't like stop talking like Elvis, because he had worked so hard to embody him.
Is that right?
That he had to go get speech therapy to
he was
talk like himself again.
So he become Elvis and then trying to become back to himself again.
And that's why actors and actresses
step into the role,
have a lot of
take
trouble,
it on,
go through a lot. It's that. I mean, that's a tough job, because if they're really channeling, even if they're just playing a wicked, awful character, that isn't a true life one that they've made up, well, they're connecting in with that energy.
Yeah.
Well, I actually, the new Netflix Monster, the Ed Gein story that's just released.
That's the one the boys were watching last night, and I went, "Yep, I'm going to read my book in my room."
Yeah, Paul, my husband, watched that.
I've done 2 episodes so far, and they've done a really good job on it so far, in my personal opinion, being a true crime enthusiast. But I then went and read a lot of articles about it and in the making and everything, and it was really, really interesting. I don't actually know the actor's name, but he talked about his process of getting into the Ed Gein character and sitting by his grave and speaking with him and doing that sort of stuff.
Wow.
But he then went and spoke about what it was like after he finished filming. So he took I think he took a few weeks to himself after finishing the filming. He then went and did therapy after finishing the filming. He took all these steps to release Ed Gein from himself.
Well, he would have to. He would have had to.
You know, in doing that, he would have then also helped Ed. Is it Ed King?
Gein.
Ed Gein.
It would have helped him
also release his.
Absolutely.
Because that was almost like, wow, I'm getting full goosies now.
Yeah, and that understanding, having the world understand him as well, to release whatever he needed to. Yeah. I haven't watched it. I can't watch stuff
I'm a
like
true
that.
believer. I've gotten to the point in life where I've taken on a completely different perspective, and take what resonates, leave what doesn't. I believe we come to experience everything there is to being human. So that is the good, the bad, the ugly,
Oh, of course.
the controversial, everything. And we have done everything. So we have been a murderer, we have been a victim, we have been a parent of a victim, we have been a parent of a murderer. We've done everything. So we get to learn and understand all the emotions involved.
And the perspectives.
And different perspectives and the karma involved. If we've murdered someone in a past life, we'll be murdered, right? Because we have to have that balance and find out the other. So who are we to judge, right?
Correct. Mm-hmm. But that's where I think when we actually come back and look at it from that perspective, we don't judge, because we've been it. We've experienced it. Yeah. Somewhere in our body has that visceral response to knowing what it was like, or know it from whatever perspective it is.
Exactly.
Which is very, very controversial. Very, very, it will be very triggering. Trigger warning. It'll be a trigger warning for a lot of people. But if you actually do your work and get rid of all your baggage, and then you're able to look at life from a very different filter. You're not looking at life any longer through your wounds filter or your negative experiences in life. You're actually looking at from a completely new set of eyes that don't have that judgment or that
It's the
view.
preconceived idea.
Correct.
But even someone like me who tends to lead their life with their left brain, I'm able to have sympathy for Ed Gein or for somebody else that has committed something like that, because I go into my left brain and go, okay, well, let's look at the psychology. Let's look at his childhood, how he was brought up, and the traumas and the effects that then had on him, and make it very logical to then create that empathy for that person.
I think that's because you're an empath, though.
Yeah, true.
I think that's because I'm the same. Like, I will, and that's why I find it hard to watch things like that, because I end up empathizing where, you know, I'm like, oh, should I be? Should I? There's no should or shouldn't, though, is there?
No,
but it's
there
like,
isn't.
I don't actually believe in evil.
I don't either.
I don't believe in such a thing
either.
So,
and I know that is very controversial in itself.
That's controversial, but I think it was introduced to keep
create
us
division and
safe.
fear.
Yeah, through fear, to keep us controlled as well. Oh, be careful, that's evil. You don't want to, you know.
Yeah.
All
The
of this
witches are
stuff.
evil. We have to get rid of them.
Yeah.
Yeah, I know.
Yeah.
But that obviously has pushed people into doing evil things. So,
Well, I
there
also
are
think
evil things. People do evil things. I'm not saying there's not
But
evil
I think
done.
that's also
but
just
I don't
another
believe.
experience
Yeah,
to being human.
yeah. A soul and a spirit is not evil or
No.
anything
No.
really. It's
because
just,
it's a fractal of
Yeah.
source, of God.
Yeah.
We are
Yes.
a piece of the
exactly.
Creator.
It's just love, and it's forgotten.
Well, we come in clean, and then we are
Get
shaped.
corrupted.
Yeah, we're shaped and influenced by, you know, our parents and the
Yeah, of
experiences
course.
that we experience that then leads further on in our lives.
Yeah,
So-
but that's part of the fun and the battle, right?
yeah, but doing the
Coming
work
back.
to then being able to see that is
Very
the
much
journey,
so. Correct.
and that is the fun part of the journey.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Just going back to, I wanted to go back to, and I know it's very cliche, but hurt people do hurt people.
Yes.
So it is a cycle. It is a perpetuating a pattern or a cycle you have learnt, and we're here to break those.
Yeah.
This is the cycle where we get to break all those negative traits, patterns, cycles, whatever, if you feel brave enough to be able to do that. And that simply is taking a long, hard look at what you do and why you do the things you do.
Yeah.
Yeah.
There's always a why. Everything that we do.
Always.
There's a why.
We
There's
can
a
free
belief
ourselves
behind
from
it. Yeah.
Yep. And freeing ourselves from it is, man, it's incredible. I know we all sit there having done a lot of the work. So for being able to do that, I think it's now sharing that experience and saying, hey, you can have a life of peace and love and harmony and compassion.
Yeah.
And then that then in turn creates a ripple effect out into the world and gives everybody else permission to do their work.
To do the
and
same thing.
Yeah,
Exactly.
we create massive change on the macro level when we work on the micro level.
That it all begins with ourselves. Always begins. Begins there.
So that was absolutely enlightening chat. Thank you, Miss Karen.
Oh, thank you
was
for
so
having me.
wonderful.
Thanks for
Very
having
cups
me.
for
Thanks
you.
for sharing. Yeah, sharing your life experience, because that's big. And if anybody wants to have a look at that, that was on Netflix, wasn't it called?
Netflix, Mr. Bates versus the Post Office.
Yeah.
But we'll also link all of your social
will.
media details in our description.
And if you want to work with
you.
Karen, I highly recommend it. We've both worked with Karen, and Karen has actually read for our family.
2
So-
thumbs up for Karen.
Just
Very good. I can't recommend her enough.
Yeah.
Oh, thanks, beautiful.
Because mums come through and dads come through when we've had a session.
I think we've also had Sam come through too.
Yeah, the dog, Sammy, our Sammy.
Sammy
Sammy
came
dog
through.
Came. So,
Yep.
yeah. Thank you for that. And thank you for being such a special person helping our community to move through their grief. That's a big job. and you do it exceptionally well. So
Yes.
thank you.
Thank you. Thank you for having me. And keep doing what you're doing, because this is a great space.
We're getting there. We're getting there.
Yeah. Yeah.
Thank
I
you.
love just having a chat about all the
Yes.
deep stuff.
Of course.
Right?
Yeah.
Is there anything else anymore? I don't do surface anymore.
Oh, there's always more. There's always more. More
Awesome.
for another time, I reckon.
Oh, yeah. Thank you for joining us on the couch today. We see you, we hear you, and we love you. Until next time, beautiful people.